So you are either new to FPS games or feel like your aim in Battlefield just is not as good as you want it to be and have never really aim trained before. Don't worry, I have a quick guide for you on how to get better aim. However, this is not one of those scummy do this one trick to instantly improve videos. There sometimes is instant improvement, sure, but for the majority of us, learning or improving fine motor skills involves many hours of training and also a very clear idea of what you want to achieve and where your expectations should be. Oh, and before I give you some actual aim training advice, please allow me to annoy you with something we should all practice. Gaming, especially PvP games, can be incredibly stressful and frustrating. Do me a favor and try not to get mad with yourself or anyone else. I know, sounds a little silly, but your mental matters and you will 100% improve faster if you have fun while doing so. When you are constantly stressed, worried about your aim, it will have an effect on your body. Not only that stress isn't healthy, obviously, but when you are stressed, I guarantee you are more likely to tighten your grip on your mouse. You will also most likely tense up your upper body more, and all this tension will make you less accurate. So whenever the game is annoying you or you are unhappy with your performance, take a little break, go for a walk, work out, or whatever works for you. Just don't let that stress grow inside you and do nothing about it. That's the worst you can do if you want to improve. Now with that out of the way, let's get to how an absolute beginner could approach his aim improvement arc. It's actually rather simple. Just boot up Aim Labs or Aim Beast or Kovacs or whatever aim trainer you prefer. Doesn't really matter. Find a scenario similar to this. Small static targets, usually 3, and play the scenario. The only important thing is how you do it. Flick between the targets with the flick initiated by your forearm muscles. Try to underflick, not overflick, and try to get as close as possible to the target. Right after the flick, you should make a tiny correction onto the target with your wrist or your fingers. Now to the more difficult part. Do not play for scores. You want to try and only focus on this technique. We don't care about the score. The score is our enemy. And do not do this for too long. 15 to 20 minutes is more than enough as a complete beginner. And again, technique is important, scores don't matter. This will help you build one of the most fundamental skills to have good aim in Battlefield and similar fast time to kill games. Flicking. Regardless if it's big 180 flicks or minor switches between targets close together. You might think, this is so little actual training. How will I improve? Trust me, especially when you're starting out, you don't need to grind hours on end to get better. You need to get the basics down. And right after those 15-20 minutes spent only caring about improving your technique, not the scores, you should jump into Battlefield and try to mimic the type of aim you trained. And please set your expectations here. There's no point in hiding in buildings, lying on the ground and trying to avoid fighting. This might spare you of a few frustrating moments, but your mindset for training sessions, especially in-game, should always be, this will be a bad round, as I only focus on one thing and one thing only, my aim technique. Try to run into your enemies and create as many gunfights as possible. And yes, your KD will suffer, your score will be negative, your teammates might be unhappy with you, but this doesn't matter. We will run and gun unbothered by anything, only paying attention to clicking targets accurately. Just to make sure I don't have any angry aimers in the comments, this is for absolute beginners, to have a starting point. Once you get better, maybe take a look at this video in the top right corner, where I talk about how I approached aim training for Battlefield a while ago. And if you feel like your aim is already kind of good and you want to improve very specific aspects, maybe leave a comment. I'm always happy to point people in the right direction, if I can. I'm not the best aimer in the world, obviously, but I always try to be helpful. Anyways, I hope this finds the right audience for it to be helpful, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye!